I'm the Pied Piper, calling out Takashis. Pull out a 38 if you don't pay the money. These raps ain't funny. Biggie flow, Piggy knows I'm sick, it's not funny. Excel, swine flute, and think like Sun Tzu. Mask off, my face like Yashimitsu. Surprise, you ain't know.
The boy. Pretty boy, Zoldo, what you saying? Come now.
Yo, yo.
Yeah, my G. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, hey, man. Yo, thanks a lot, Vetsu, for accepting my invite, dog, to this interview, right? Oh, hey. For those of you watching, right? Dog. Today I'm interviewing. I'm someone I've looked up to, dog, ever since I was a little baby. You know.
Yeah, this guy. What are you lying now? You gotta always look at the man. You don't look at the boy. Look at the man. Yeah.
This is Alex. Dr. Menu. I mean, to those who know him, Stellenbosch, Dr. Menu, you know how it is. Always picking. Man, there's a lot of things I can say about Alex, man, you know. I don't remember ever having a conversation with Alex where I felt like I didn't learn something or take something from it, you know. I think that's also why I value, dog, like talking to you, my genes. And, you know, even when I was first year, I was making certain mistakes. And obviously you guys had been around. You guys had seen the things. You saw this boy, like, oh, this boy's fumbling. All right, dog. I mean, Alex looked after me all the way, you know. So I really felt like this is probably the most, also one of the ideal people to have this interview, you know. I mean, getting straight to it. Alex last year, medical student. I mean, right now, a doctor. You see the scrub cap there, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people could look up to Alex, you know. But Alex, I just wanted you to just tell me how you felt, like, the transition from being like a student or a child towards just becoming an adult. I mean, how's it been?
I think it depends on what sphere you're talking about. So when it comes to medicine, there's a big change. It's almost like having a learner's license and then driving. These are two different things, you know. So when you leave med school, you have the learner's license. That means it gives you the permission to practice. But then when you practice, it's practice, it's practical. So you don't get a lot of, you do study theory, but you need to be hands-on. And I'm very thankful to Stellenbosch for allowing us to be hands-on from second year, because that definitely played a big role. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it depends on what sphere you're talking about, but for medically, that's how the jump has been for myself.
Oh, yeah. But in terms of like adulting, in terms of life, you know, I think things have changed. In terms of life.
Yeah. In terms of life, you actually have a lot of time as a student. I must say, I never thought that would be true, but you have a lot of time as a student. When you're working, you don't have as much time, eh? Yeah, that's what I've experienced. I think being in varsity, you have a lot of time, and you should use it wisely, or you should use it at like fully. You know, when you're an adult, there's just too many responsibilities, and you don't have enough time. You really don't have time. Like, the calls are hectic, man. So when you come back from call, that's like 2 days out of your schedule. You know, like as a student, you don't have so many calls. You usually come back home, let's say 2 o'clock, latest 3 o'clock. Maybe if it's a hectic block, you come back at 4 o'clock. But as a adult, I mean, we live late here. I mean, you start usually, say 7, come back around 3, 4, if you're lucky, sometimes 2. On call days, that day is gone. Then the next day is probably also gone because you're coming back post-call, let's say 3 o'clock. You are tired, you're not going to have that day, so you sleep. So 2 days out of 7 are gone. So I think that for me, it was a big adjustment. Whereas when you're a student, I could really plan my life properly. Not perfectly, but as perfect as I could. I could know that from this time to this time I'm doing this, from this time to this time I'm doing this. Whereas now, it's not always possible. Like, I mean, for instance, today, I was doing ward rounds and I wanted to start early because I wanted to finish early so I can do some of my things, you know, like go to gym and all that kind of stuff. So then I was hoping to leave at 9 o'clock. And then you hit 9:30. There's still things that need to be done for a patient, 10:30, 11, you see. So like now 2 hours are gone.
Oh, yeah.
To reschedule. So I think for me, the adulting part is just having a lot more responsibility And also, for instance, like, I know I'm speaking more medically, but I mean, for the viewers that are not medical, unfortunately, medicine takes a lot of our time, so I'll be speaking mostly about that. But I mean, as a student, if you can't put up a drip, you always have, like, interns, regents, consultants. As an intern, you basically have no one, like, unless it must be something quite difficult. It must be that you have to have a CVP, but blood work, your wood work, that's you, man. You need to do all of that. So the responsibility kind of like goes up a bit. If things are not done, you the one to be blamed for.
No way.
And then when it comes to family views you a bit differently also. There's also that responsibility from your family. I think maybe it's because of the degree itself. So when you're a doctor, you kind of like a leader from get-go. So they treat you as that. So like you'll see family members, when they want to do things, they want to consult you. And when they have family meetings, like, now you're in and now you have a voice. It's like, what? I was just in varsity last year. Now you have to have a voice.
Is it because like of your opinion, like they want to know how you feel, or
I think number one, when you start working, people view differently, because a lot of family meetings, okay, not all of them, but if things have to do with money, you'll be involved because you can also make a contribution. That's number one. So your say counts, but you're working and you can make a contribution. So you like a senior member in the family. Number two, I think the degree itself, having that DR in front of your name, people just respect it more. So even amongst family members, I mean, like, not even just family members, but at home, when there's let's say a difficult child or whatever in the neighborhood, they'll call me to come talk to that kid. Whereas before I was a doctor, it wasn't like that. But now, I don't know, people just view you're a doctor, you know better, kind of thing. So I think what I can say, the difference between being in school, actually just the difference being in different phases of your life, from primary school to high school, from high school to varsity, from varsity to working, from working as an intern to a reg, all of that, it just means growing up means getting more responsibility and accepting it. You know what I'm saying? So the responsibility that you have as a boyfriend compared to a responsibility that you have as a husband and a father is different compared to your responsibility you have as a grade 8-year-old.
Yeah, and I get it though. I mean, as someone playing a role as a boyfriend and a father.
So it's quite different.
I understand what they want from a husband, but I mean, being that person, I can kind of like imagine, bro.
I mean, like, just you being married. If you go to church and you're married, you're a senior member. Doesn't matter how old you are. Okay, maybe it does, but if you're married, you're a senior.
Yeah.
Just from you being married, even if you're married as a 21-year-old, you kind of have a bit of say. Compared to just a guy that's just coming to church. You know what I'm saying? So just different phases of your life, not regardless of age, just different phases of your life requires a certain maturity. And for me, the biggest thing is responsibility. So I think the difference from being a student to an intern, it has posed more responsibility to me.
Okay.
That's what I can say. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that I have more responsibility, and then you decide if you want to be responsible. But you definitely have more responsibility.
All right. So adulting aside, right? Adulting aside, bit of fun here and there. I mean, dog, describe for me the day you receive that notification, right? Obviously, this is man, my boy. I know you've always hustled. You've made dough. You know how it is because we hustle. I describe the feeling, dog, when you see the notification for the first time. Here's your phone.
Hey, I was thinking about this the whole day, dog, and for me, it was okay. Hey, like, I'm not even trying to be funny or anything, but it was really okay. It was okay. I was just happy that at least I get paid for what I do. Definitely, that I was happy for. But the money itself, man, I would have wished it was a bit more. I want more money. But yeah, I think the feeling was alright. It was like I was just happy, like, yo, finally we got paid. But yeah, Your boy's just looking to get up more money, man. Boy's just looking to get more money. So yeah.
But what are the nice things that you've gotten for yourself? Like to reward yourself. This medical school is hard. And it's
Yeah.
most easy. Say 50%.
So the question that you sent to me was how did you feel first when you get your first
Yep.
pay? And the second question, leading or part of that, was what did you do with your first pay? So what I did with my first pay, and I want to get back to before first pay, because that's what I'm interested in. That's why, because I mean, you were looking for like advice on how people should use their money and everything, and I think before is more important. But I'll let you know what I did with my first pay. So what I did with my first pay, that bank notification came in. I was actually at work. So when it came in, the first thing I did is I went around the corner. There's a builders just around the corner by where I work, and I got a guy who had a truck, and I told the guy, "Can you please go to game now?" Got to game, and I bought my grandma a new washing machine. That's what I did. That's the first thing I did. Bought a washing machine. I went home. I got there. Unfortunately, she wasn't there to get a washing machine. But I dropped off the washing machine, and then I went back to work. So that was the first thing I did. And then after that, I can't remember much what I did. I think I saved quite a bit of it. That's one. And then I probably just bought like food. And I don't know. I didn't buy anything massive. I just bought like, oh, the second thing I did. Okay, no, I remember the second thing I did. The second thing I did, which was quite important to me, is I have a childhood friend, KG. So we've been friends for like basically since I was at like 2 years, you know. So he liked these earphones that I had, and his birthday was in April. But because he liked the earphones, as soon as I got my first paycheck, I bought him the Galaxy Buds A Plus, which is better than the earphones I had. But I mean, that's what he wanted, and he's been a friend of mine for so long, and you know, he's never changed. So that's the second thing I did actually. I bought that guy new earphones. And then after that, I relaxed, man. I relaxed.
I know.
I relaxed. I don't remember doing hectic things in my first month. I just put away some money because I wanted to use it in the months to come. I wanted to buy a vehicle, and then I was also just saving to buy a TV. Yeah, I think the most expensive things that I bought for myself is one, a vehicle. Then number two, I bought a TV. Yeah.
Which card is that? The white score.
Yeah, no, I didn't buy West Korokoro. It's just that I didn't release the other one. Yeah. The West Korokoro is just to get by. But I got a car. Bought it cash. You know what I'm saying? No time for Skoloto here. But yeah, so then I bought that, and then I bought my TV. I think those are the most expensive things that I have at the moment in my name. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's progress. That's progress, bro.
Yeah.
Before closing off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, G. So, like, obviously, you know how you grew up. You know the challenges you had. You know, coming up as a young black man. We grew up on television. The only stuff we see black people doing, or stuff like The Queen, drug dealing, and all these like silly ass series and stuff. You know, never really seeing black people in prominent positions. And I think that's also what I would want for this particular platform. You know, for people to get to see black individuals on proper platforms. You know. I mean, man, if you were to go back in time, now you're talking to a similar kid who grew up the way you did, and he's 7 years old, you know, and he's watching all these things, and you see all these things that black people are supposed to be doing, but he wants to be a doctor. What would you say to him with all the challenges he had?
Hey man, you gotta work hard. No excuses. No excuses. Work hard and you'll make it. Might not be now, might be in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Doesn't matter when that day comes. But throughout my life, the only thing that has worked is working hard. That's it. There's no buffer to it. There's no miracle to it. It's just working hard. Like, honestly, just work hard. You don't have to be born working hard. You can just work hard. You just work hard. And you'll get your flowers. you'll definitely get your flowers. Just work hard. Work whatever you're doing. Wake up and work hard. Work harder than everyone that's waking up. Like if people wake up at 4, you wake up at 2. You know what I'm saying? If people are doing 10 reps, you do 20. Do yourself a big favor and make sure that you at least have something set aside to start off your year. That's what I would say.
Okay. Now it's cool. I mean, the boy might end up in mid-range, so all I need is a camp chair.
Yeah.
I need is a camp chair, and I'll be fresh, dog.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful. Thanks a lot, Vitsi, for this opportunity. Also, thanks, man, for your words. And hopefully, I mean, this interview inspires a lot of young individuals, to reach for this, that there isn't a limit, bro. The limits, see what you said.
For sure.
Thanks, G. I'm really grateful.
Thank you, Paycheck. Isto.
Zeus, the king of the gods, real like I'm holding a broad, all I can feel in the broad, complex like cut necks and last name is Stark.